you're such an asshole.
ASO Consulting. Oh, it's wonderful. I get to go to the Southern Command and everybody decides to email and some of you pay and now I gotta work. Hey ASO, please keep my name and location anonymous. I'd like to make this a video request. I'm a 22-year-old guy, graduated from college with a Bachelor of Science in Computer Information Systems in May of 2018, so 6 months ago. Currently work as a tech analyst for a large company in a town since May of 2018, pulling in $53K a year. That's great. I have no debt or student loans thanks to truly wonderful parents. $6,000 in the bank, not including a meager but growing 401K, and a reliable car to get me from point A to point B. My problem is twofold. I hate where I live and I hate where I work. I made the decision to return to my company full-time after interning there last summer. They gave me a solid offer for an entry-level position, and it being the start of my senior year of college, I took the path of least resistance, accepted and foolishly didn't apply elsewhere. Oh, you gotta apply elsewhere. Just like girls, man, you gotta have like five or six a lot, but at least 2 or 3 juggling, so like, okay, okay, and then you gotta be like, all 3 of you gonna be royal pains in the asses too? Okay, I'll go, veg on Black Dynamite or something. The company is in my hometown where I was born and raised. I live at home, and while I'm saving a lot of money, to me the juice isn't worth the squeeze. I'd rather be trying to make it in another city, meeting new people and seeing new things. Being a sociable, in-shape dude in college who always had friends and chicks around, living at home is a hell I didn't know existed. More about the job. The company is a dumpster fire with incompetent management. My role isn't horrible, nothing I couldn't do in the 10th or 11th grade. Okay. 80% of my days pretending to be busy, thinking about my next move. Don't try until you're 35, so the kick to the teeth I wasn't ready for. Conclusion, my life is static, I don't like my job, and my social life sucks, living at home in a crappy town. I feel like I don't have much to lose if I move and work somewhere else. I know your take on sales jobs. My 24-year-old brother is making $97,000 a year at his job selling workers' comp. Well, that might be something to consider. Then why the hell did you go waste your time on a computer science degree? And sales jobs are about as reliable as chicks who are 10s with big tits. Not reliable at all. They go away. And your brother has it. He obviously has it. That doesn't mean you're going to have it. And what is it? It is the ability to sell things. I got another buddy of mine. He's a great salesman. Guy makes $250,000 a year. And he has it. It's part charm, it's part charisma, it's part smiling, it's part being good looking. But there's another thing they have. Is it je ne sais quoi? Is that what the French say? Or is that? No, that's ménage à trois. Whatever the French say, that is what they meant when I mean what I said, but in French. You may not have it. You may not. And I think it is too risky a move. Like if you get fired, fine, then go apply for the sales job. But what the hell was all that studying for then anyway? My job has turned me off to IT, and I'm considering changing not just my location, but my field as well. Yeah, you're right. I dated one girl, and she was a bitch. And I said, no more girls! They're all like this. No matter how hard I work for it, they're all like this. I've applied 40 jobs in the past 2 weeks all over the country. I'm a reconnaissance man, and Dallas seems like a place I'd like. Please consult me on how I should best move forward from my current situation. Thank you. I won't mention your name. Well, then you sent me a second email. Do something because I have so much time. Okay, all right, here's the problem. Your expectations about what the real world was going to be like was too high. It is standard, industry standard for smart people, and you're smart, to only really be occupied 20% of your time at work. The remainder of the time is to look busy. Okay? Good bosses will let you go home or give you more responsibility, but it is also industry standard that bosses are inept and incompetent. And I'm not saying that because I've ran heads with management in the past. I'm saying it's because it's true. Because you're going to find, if you haven't read Bachelor Pad Economics, I strongly recommend you read that about the career. Because management is not the best. Management is the most compliant, the most conformist. That is who gets ahead. And when you find out who it is, it's very average people, and a lot of times very immoral people, because they'll say just whatever they got to say to get ahead. So it's no shock to me that this company you're working for is a dumpster fire. But I would not let this one company taint the rest of your. You did one job and something you invested 4 years in, and Lord knows how much of your parents' money. But your expectations in general are way too high. I know the teachers and the professors and the guidance counselors and anybody over 30. I know everybody over 30 essentially lied to you, not maliciously or consciously, but they did lie to you. And they said that, oh, you know, it's going to be, you should have rewarding and it's challenging. Oh, yeah. And they made it seem like your career is the number one thing. I'm going to tell you again, you probably haven't seen this video, your job is not your life. Your job is not your most important thing. Your career is not your most important thing. Your free time is your most important thing. You only go to a job to exchange your finite time on this planet. Finite, remind you. You don't get it back. You give them part of your life force. They give you money so that you may go and play and extend your life however you choose. Or shorten it with booze, drugs, alcohol, and women. Which is not exactly the worst path ever. And once you understand that it is time, and it doesn't matter what you do there, it doesn't matter that you're not challenged, it doesn't matter if you're sitting on, it doesn't matter if you're twiddling your thumbs, it doesn't matter if you're jerking off to porn, it doesn't matter because you got to give them that same 8 hours. And you get that same amount of money. Yes, in the ideal world, and you can always try to find a job that is actually rewarding. They're rare, they're 1 in 100, I say 1 in 1,000. But you might want to also watch one of my videos called All Jobs Suck. And I have like 3 or 4 of them out there because I keep getting this question, dude, man, my job sucks. All jobs suck, all of them. That doesn't mean you don't keep trying to find one, or you start your own business, or you try another industry. But in the here and now, when you got to make money, you cannot look at it in this cockamamie BS way they sold women lies to about your career is so important, your degree and you're educated. You know what's really important? Fun. Not being at work, the weekends, going out and having fun, spending time with friends, families, and loved ones, going on adventures. Fun. I golfed today. It was fun. There was no work. I didn't answer anybody. And you could have said, Aaron, the best job I ever had, I was an economic analyst. And I was writing reports on foreign countries. I was pulling all the research on different countries. It was awesome. It was amazing. And I was damn good. Not as fun as golfing, man. Not as fun as golfing. Not as fun as just sitting in the pool. Not as fun as sitting there watching Impractical Jokers. Nowhere near as fun. Not as fun as watching Forensics Files. Very good show, by the way. Very good show. Work never even approaches fun. So when you understand it is an exchange for your time, and they could have you doing jumping jacks and playing pickup sticks, it doesn't matter. It's the same 8 hours. So once you accept that, you understand the point and role it is of a job. It doesn't matter what you do as long as they pay you and you're not pissing them off. And that's most jobs. Now, if it's driving you that insane, I can understand if your boss is yelling at you. Sometimes you get sadists and mental people where they say, I want you to do X, you do exactly X, and they yell at you because you didn't do Y. That happens. And then there's some weird, and you can have a shit show management. That happens. And this could be one of those instances. And yeah, then you got to bail. But how do you solve that? Well, doing what you're doing exactly right now. You send out 40 resumes, send out 40 more. Your new part-time job is sending out resumes. And where you send them out, don't send them out to your hometown. Yes, send them out to Dallas. I don't know if you read Reconnaissance Man, but a couple other places you might want to consider. You want to change from that ho-hum place. I know it is. It is ho-hum. Vegas, Denver, Phoenix, Houston, Dallas, Nashville, Knoxville, practically any coastal town on Florida. Don't go in Florida. Do not go inside Florida. Do not go to Orlando. Do not go to Tallahassee. You know, the coast. Stay on the coast. Florida's great. North Carolina's not too bad either. All right? Send out your resumes, man. Send them out. And that is your new part-time job. And then you're going to find a job that might be better. And you're going to go to a foreign town. But in the meantime, what I think you should do is you should save up your money, keep living at home. You're going to need a war chest because your folks aren't going to come with you. Mumsy and Popsy ain't going to go let you stay with them for free if they don't live in the town you're in. And they might actually send you a little bit of money if they paid your way through college. But you're on your own then. So what you need to do now is you need to keep working your job to build up a war chest so that you can move out to a place if you got a job, and if they fuck you over, which will happen, maybe not this job, but there will be jobs where they lie to you and you show up and it is something where it's like, no, I'm not, that's abuse. To hell with you. Then you're going to need 6 months supply of money. So you can find another job. You're at maybe work security or some kind of nighttime bed. You're a in shape guy, you could work as a bouncer. Maybe a bartender. Right? Have your nighttime gig going on. But yeah, man, you invested that much money and time into that profession and that degree. And I think you can make I'm painting a very dark picture because it will be dark sometimes. That will be the reality. Right now, the economy is really hot. It's 3.8% unemployment. You're in a great field. Now is the time to start applying for jobs because it's going to be easier to get it now than it would be any point in time in the past. Although the late 90s, there was really tight unemployment. It was really, really hot labor market. And then if you get fired, then maybe talk to your brother. You know what? If this gets so bad that your boss is lying to you and acting like a psychopath, then you know what? Maybe it is worth talking to your brother. Or did you say cousin? No, your brother. Saying, okay, it's not going to hurt to say, show me what you got. What is this? How do you make the money? Explain it to me. And, maybe dip your toe into sales a little bit. But I would not discount the entire computer science industry, the world of IT and whatever else you want to go do, because you invested so much time into it. Don't let this one thing taint you. But, keep your options open. Money's money. Doesn't matter what you do. I just think it would kind of be a shame if you didn't capitalize on your degree. So, like you were in college, throw your seed around as much as possible, and hopefully something will sprout up. But get it in your mind that all jobs suck. All of them. Right? And that you are doing the right thing. You are doing the right thing sending out your resume. So, 40 jobs in the past 2 weeks, that's a good rate. You're at least doing it. You got hustle. You're reading reconnaissance, man. Okay. All right, never mind. You did do that. Yeah, no, you're doing it right. So, and sometimes it's not just boom, answers. The problem is resolved. It takes a while. It takes weeks, months sometimes. God almighty, I've heard people, they go through 7 rounds of interviews. I'm like, why don't you just tell them to fuck off after the 3rd one? Cappy at most goes through 3, and even 3, I'm like, by the way, everyone here in this panel interview, this is the last interview. I'm not coming back anymore. You guys either make a decision or not. And even probably before that, I'd say, look, if you guys are going to make a decision after the 3rd round of interviews, cool. If you're going to bring back, if your intention is to bring me back for a 4th, I have no interest. That was it. You went through 7 rounds. I really wanted the job. She's an MBA careerist, but I want to get married and have kids. Who's 36? All right, Cappy's got to get back to work. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.